Hello and welcome. This is Abhineet Kumar, Senior Sub-Editor of Elets Technomedia, and I am reporting live from the second day of Global Hydrogen Summit going live at Grand Hyatt, Kochi in Kerala. And joining me today on the sideline of the summit is Dr. Chitra Rajagopalan, CH Fellow. Welcome, ma'am, and thank you for taking out your time.
Thank you.
If you can talk about your overall experience of attending this summit and how do you see summit like this in terms of fostering the renewable energy drive of India?
First of all, I think I must thank Mr. Jyotilal. I think he has been the motive force behind organizing this summit and many other initiatives in the past. And basis of his invitation, I came here, and I think I had an excellent day yesterday as well as today. Whatever sessions I've attended, there's a plethora of speakers from different disciplines who bring their rich experience to this arena. And we are able to appreciate and understand the different perspectives, different points of view as to where we are going, what is the global scenario, where we are with respect to India, and what are the challenges ahead, how do we need to go ahead, what kind of roadmaps are required. In addition, the exhibition, I had a chance to go through that as well. And the different exhibitors there, we had interacted with them, their experiences. So I think overall it has been a very satisfying 2 days.
What role do you see and what challenge do you feel, particularly with regards to the hydrogen safety or the battery storage system, the security system or the safety security, if you could talk about on that?
Basically, I have been working, my area of work is safety. So in my previous work as DG DRDO, and prior to that I was director of a center called Center for Fire, Explosive and Environment Safety, where we had worked extensively on fire, explosive, as well as toxic dispersion technologies, R&D, as well as skill development, and then formulation of regulations, standards, codes, test calibration facilities. Now that same experience we're carrying forward into the civil sector. In the IIT Delhi, I was director of a Center of Excellence on Process Safety and Risk Management, where we were training, customizing courses for industry and on CFD, 3D CFD modeling for hydrogen dispersions, fires and explosions. Also on blending hydrogen with NG. And in addition to that, we also had interactions, collaborations with various international institutions. In fact, that helps us to leapfrog our country, to leapfrog if we have fruitful collaborations with people who have already walked the line. So the challenges, as far as I can see in terms of safety, are that we do not have, one, we do not have enough skilled manpower in this area. We need to skill them. And secondly, we do not have enough data about the hydrogen safety envelope. There are industry people who are aware of this, but then now it's coming into the public arena. People are going to handle it who have never handled it before. The public at large is going to come in touch with hydrogen. And hydrogen is a very unique molecule. It is, of course, because it doesn't have carbon, it doesn't emit any carbon dioxide. But on the other hand, because it's small, it percolates and embrittles metals and other materials of construction. Because it's got a large flammability range and very low ignition energies, it can easily catch fire, so the ignition probability is very high, and the consequences are also very large because the DDT phenomena, the deflagration to detonation phenomena, that is quite possible with hydrogen. So it has to be handled with care, and in the different scenarios with different electrolyzers, with different technologies, with different materials coming in, we need to be sure that we understand its behavior. We need to do modeling. We need to validate these models. And then we also need to make sure that the results of and the experiences from various other actors in this arena are available with us. We need to have a database of incidents, accidents, and near misses.
And ma'am, you've been associated with the DRDO and IIT Delhi in the past. And given India's uh, lagging behind in research and innovation infrastructure, how do you see role of university like IIT Delhi or other research institution in terms of shaping the trends of renewable energy sector?
This is a very critical area this collaboration between educational institutions, government, research institutions, and industry. And that is where I feel we are sadly lacking. This close interaction between industry and academia is required not only for enriching the industry, but also for ensuring that the research we do in the universities and in our education institutions is relevant, and also that the students have an opportunity to be trained on actual industrial situations. They need to be aware of the actual problems so that they are able to fit in into the future work environment. So to this, I would add that industries also need to take a more positive role. They need to interact more with academia. They need to fund academia, not only for projects, but they also need to come and teach perhaps. And similarly, the professors at the universities need to go into the industries and spread awareness about various fundamental as well as applied theory as well as practical situations. So this interaction between industry and academia is very, very important. So also is resource investment, which the government needs to enable and facilitate.
And ma'am, India is pushing hard for clean and green energy transformation. A lot of emphasis being given on every aspect, be it solar, wind, green hydrogen. And a state like Kerala, which has committed itself to net zero by 2040, and a state like Gujarat, who is developing Asia's largest renewable energy park. So, how do you see this development going on? Are we on the right pace, given the target India has set in at Glasgow summit, net zero by 2070?
I think I must say that we are doing great work, especially some of these states which you have mentioned. Of course, there is a lot to be done by the other states as well, and I think with these as front runners and as role models, I think other states will also catch up soon. And as far as meeting these targets is concerned, I think we will meet them well in advance. I don't have any doubt about this.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for sharing your valuable insights. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.